Matt Bernie, you're taking a look at the Tokyo City Cup from Santa Anita on Sunday afternoon, scheduled as race number 5. Before we dive into that, I'd encourage you to head on over to DRF Bets. Take a look at the new offer that we have for you. Up to a $150 sign-up bonus. Use the promo code TV150. The address is drf.com/join. Let's take a look at the field for the Tokyo City Cup at Santa Anita. 1.5 miles on the main track, 3 turns. Not a big field. Only 6 are going to go in here, and all eyes are going to be on the number 3. One of my all-time favorites, Opportunity, going out for Bob Baffert. Opportunity is a horse that just on paper alone lays over this field and probably deserves to be in the 2 to 5 range. The problem is there have been a number of hiccups for Opportunity, not just this year, but we can go back over the past 24 months, really, and look and see how many things haven't really gone according to plan. He came back from Dubai. It took him a long time last year. He didn't get back to the races until October from the end of March, so clearly something was amiss there. And, okay, I guess he ran well enough in the Clark Handicap 2 starts back, but I was disappointed with his effort in the San Antonio. Understanding the dynamics of the race were a little bit different than what he's accustomed to. Coming out of that race, there was talk about going to Dubai. That wasn't going to happen. He wasn't going to get there. There was talk about the big cap. That didn't happen. He scratched the day of the race. Now here we are at 1.5 miles in a race that, again, on class alone, he's supposed to win. And with this formulator fact for Bob Baffert, he's probably in good position to get the job done. Over the past 4 years, 61 to 180 days, route races, graded stakes at Santa Anita. He's 5 for 12, 9 in the money with a 223 ROI. There are plenty of reasons to like Opportunity. I love him. He's one of my favorites. There are enough things that have gone wrong or have not gone according to plan for me to take a stand against him on Sunday afternoon. I will use him in second place and use him underneath in any other sort of exotic wager. The number 1, Infobadad, goes out for Neil Drysdale. This is a horse, marathon, going 3 starts back. That was at the end of 2017. Ran very well. Second to Destin. Really, it seems like this long-distance kind of thing is his game. You go back to the Cougar, the second handicap at Del Mar, a little bit of a disappointing effort in there. Finished behind Noble Nick, who we'll talk about momentarily. I don't know where this horse is overall from a form standpoint. You look and see how he ran back in February at Santa Anita at 1 mile and 16th. He was nowhere. There was nothing special about that run. His figures, he has a couple of races that make him a contender. But at the same time, based on recent form alone, I don't love the way that he shapes up on paper. Let's go to the number 2 horse, Noble Nick. We talked about Noble Nick a little bit. He ran in that marathon, finished 4th in there, well beaten behind Infobadad, behind Hard Aces, and behind the winner, obviously, in Destin. But it really feels like his form went to the next level with that stretch of 3 races that he ran going back from July of 2017 to November of 2017, where he ran at 1.5 miles, 1 mile and 5/8, and 1 mile and 3/4. These longer distance races seem to be his bread and butter. The problem is, even at his best, I'm not sure it's good enough to win on a day like this against a field like this on Sunday afternoon. If Opportunity runs his race, simply put, Noble Nick doesn't have anything that's remotely close to it. And the fact that he's unlikely, I think, to make the front, which is a nice way for us to segue into the Timeform US Pace Projector, and you can take a look at that. It doesn't look like it's going to favor anything as far as horses on the lead or coming from off of it, but at the same time, I kind of feel like the way that this thing is set up, if you believe the Timeform US Pace Projector, the number 6 Beaumarchais, blinkers coming off for Reed Saldana, has a tremendous tactical advantage. You get Martin Pedroza. I've said it numerous times. I think he's one of the best front-end riders that there is in the country. This horse, all of his victories to date, all 5 of them have come in gate-to-wire fashion. You know where this horse is going to be early, forwardly placed, going 1.5 miles. The question is, can he go that far? But really, that's the question for almost all of these horses, with the exception of the couple horses that this seems to be what they want to do. I always like to say, give me the tactical advantage in these kind of races. We've seen so many times in the past that these races turn into merry-go-rounds, where there's not a lot of passing. It's very difficult to make up ground. Think of a race like the Belmont Stakes. Think of a race like the Brooklyn. Think of races like this, the Cougar, the second handicap. Usually tactical speed, if not speed, outright on the lead. That goes a long way. I think Beaumarchais could be at a major, major advantage if you believe the Timeform US Pace Projector. The number 5 20/20 Vision goes out for John Sadler. I was anxious to play this horse coming back in a turf race because I thought his most recent run much better than it looks. 4th beaten by 2 lengths, but he made a wild brush down the backside up to take the lead basically from last. There wasn't a heck of a lot of pace signed on. Now they come back here at 1.5 miles on the dirt. Feels like they're just trying to find a spot for this horse. I still wouldn't mind giving him another opportunity in a similar level. The 9 winners 2 other than on turf, but I don't like him in a spot like this. And the number 4 is Moon Man, the last horse we'll talk about in the field. Goes out for Keith DeSormo. Simply put, On paper, this horse is not fast enough. He's not classy enough either. He's still eligible for a non-winners of 2 lifetime. He's run in that condition for the past 4 races, and he hasn't been able to break through. Perhaps the additional distance is going to be a great equalizer and move him up considerably, but just the way things look right now, I don't love his chances in the Tokyo City Cup at Santa Anita on Sunday afternoon. Let's take a look at my pick. Who do I like in the Tokyo City Cup? I'm going to go with the pace projector. I think that there's a real scenario where Beaumarchais gets out there, clears off to the front, takes opportunity a little bit out of his element. He likes to come from off of it where there's some serious pace to run at, and I think he might have lost a little bit on the fastball, but his class alone is enough for me to really consider him and say, you know what? For me, this race is going to be a cold exacta 6-3 in the 5th at Santa Anita on Sunday. That is the Grade 3 Tokyo City Cup going 1.5 miles on the main track. Again, I'd encourage you to head on over to DRF Bets if you're going to play this race. Up to a $150 sign-up bonus. Head on over to drf.com/join. And again, use the promo code TV150. Good luck if you play the 5th at Santa Anita on Sunday.